Well, I sure hope the hell this piece of shit's working. So, whatever. I clicked start streaming before. Nothing happened, of course. So, we're just going to play the log file of my worthless turn. And we're going to go with that as long as Vassal wants to start up. Take your time, Vassal. There you go. Load save game. I'm going to have to decline another one too. So, there's two of them. He's going to be showing up. Vlog. Finish. Exciting. Exciting. So, beginning of turn 3. Let's zoom in here. My guys are set up off board. I believe the setup procedure is to set them off. You don't get to conceal them initially because it doesn't say that you get to conceal them because it's not a setup on board. So you get to conceal them after you set them up, and then you just move the concealments on top. But I'll do that. Lots of guys will say, no, it's not the way you do it, but it doesn't seem to read that you get to conceal them out of the vision of your opponent. That verbiage is not within the off-board setup direction. It just says you may conceal them when they come on board. After setup, set up your units and then conceal them. So that's the ticket. So they're here, and the concealed are but beneath them, so he can't inspect them, and then they just get concealed. But it really doesn't matter because he's got line of sight there. So the plan this turn is to rush Zabek, my best leader. I was debating for a long time to put Zabek here, put him with a medium machine gun, and just sit there all game and do nothing, just shoot -1s and bullshit. I said, screw that. We need Zabek up front. Zabek is supposed to come up here to V3, jump this guy into close combat when he starts next turn. It's still low visibility, so we still have +1. So if we run up the road here, even if he turns and fires, it's going to be like a +3 modifier. So a 4+3 I don't have to worry about. The LMG does not have a line of sight to U4 nor U5, so he's free to go. He's free to move here. I don't think the 248 has line of sight to that either, but I'm willing to take. Well, if he does, he's going to have a +1, low visibility +1 for the AFV. So I'll take a two up one. I don't have a problem with that. And then make it into the building. Really don't like going into the building, but I think there's an excellent chance of destroying this vehicle when he starts up. So that should be a free kill. But yeah, unit here, the SS unit here has a 9 morale. He will automatically self rally next turn. What I wanted to do is move him up here directly. So if I'm broking, actually I have to route first anyway. So it doesn't matter. So I need to DM this unit at all costs. So that keeps that unit hopefully out of the battle. That's the plan. Units coming on here. These guys are just going to advance up the hill. Get a position up here. Maybe advance fire. 2+2. Whatever. Medium machine gun. Couple squads are going to be in the Schlebeck hex. Mortar can advance up the road. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 for road bonus, and then advance here. And then he could blast all these key locations. All those lines, all these locations are in line of sight. So he could blow the shit out of them. And he's within range of the enemy mortar, and the enemy mortar is out of range to him. So I think the enemy mortar actually a pretty high priority once I start getting into the trees. The mortar is going to win him the game, unless he's got lucky dice. So 9-1's just sitting there. This unit can actually make it to this in 1 turn, which is a game winner. But I'm putting a half squad over here just to do an end run, maybe distract him. So he has to account for him. So, but that's the plan. That's kind of the plan. ATRs I want to move to the hill because if this AFV is going to move anywhere, if both my ATRs are here, they could take a shot at him coming in between the woods and trees and shit, or they could pop him when he gets up on the hill. You got to roll low on those things. So the ATRs is just you just got to get lucky with those things, and that's what happened over here. I got lucky on this guy over here. So, but that's the plan. Let's go through it and just go burn through the log file. The encircled units right here. I'm going to move these guys out of the way. And what I did was since encircled is double movement factor costs to get out of the hex, I moved here point blank to the gun. Essentially what I want to do is to make sure this thing is first fired so he can't turn and fire on me and get a lucky ass roll on my whole stack. That's the only reason. I'm going to sacrifice a half squad to do that. This other half squad, since he fired there, this other half squad is now going to bypass and CX out of the way. That's the idea. I think he did that. I'm not sure. So that way he's got nobody to fire at other than this broken unit. Don't really care. Those guys are done. Mortar moves up. Nobody's taking a fire. He's not shooting anybody. Again, my ATRs, I kind of want to get those ATRs in the hands of a leader because they move much further, and his morale factor is much better. So he moves up here. Mortar shoots at him. No effect. This guy moves over here. He DMs him. I advance fire. I do have assault fire. So the assault fire units in U4, that is a 9 firepower. I get no effect on my dice rolls. My dice roll, we use the live dice rolls, so you're not gonna see any dice rolls. You're just gonna see the effects. I do pin a unit. It's irrelevant. I move my green unit up. I DM that unit, and everyone else just kind of advance. Well, I advanced, moved him up. One guy gains concealment on the right-hand side. He gains wall advantage because he was in the building already. Mortar fires at him, and these guys just, every single thing he's got fires on the 437 to encircle him. Nobody else has touched this turn. And then he gets DM'd there. There's residual there. Guy moves adjacent. I'm not sure why he moved adjacent like that. He doesn't really need to attack the green unit. I'm not sure why you would move the 228 there. I would just move the 228 somewhere else, but it doesn't really matter. He's self-rally capable anyway, so if he breaks, he could just rally in 2 turns. He pins me there, and then he moves on. Oh, he should have been half firepower because he fired twice, I think. Oh, he's buttoned up. Plus, he's buttoned up, and he's doing all this stuff. And I missed all of my 7 PFE task checks to jump on him. The 1 PFE task check is countered by Zabek, but I couldn't roll 7. So yeah, whatever. That was going to be like a fuck. What are the modifiers for that? Let's see, 7. That'd be street fighting be -1. 5 for squad, -1 street fighting. The last guy I was going to roll was going to have the leader with him, so that'd be another -1. -2 for open top, and then another -1 for no manned MG, I think, because he buttoned up. I think that's on there. Where is it? On armor, no manned MG, -1. So it's like -2 open top, 3 no MG, 4 for leader, 5 for street fighting. So I would only need a 10 for immobilization, and I can't roll a 7. So that goddamn flies back. So he gets out of there scot-free. I'm not sure how. That's like a 12% chance of me actually getting a 7 for 3 units. So god damn it. So he's extremely lucky on that. It turns out it doesn't really matter until later. God, come on, what the hell? I really hate this advanced feature. It really needs to be set to a different button. So he just continues to overrun that guy. He gets nothing. Actually, pass morale checkers, something like that. And his tank comes over here as an armor car, rather. I first fire both my ATRs. 1 hits, no damage. The other one I think misses. And then he parks him there. And then I try to attack him. He was actually CE, so I attacked him with 12 firepower, and then subsequent was fired on him with 6, no effect. You know, no effect as usual. Those guys fire nowhere. The sniper, actually, my sniper actually pops his leader in AA3 off of his many 4s that he rolled. And so he wounds him, so I'm happy with that. Breaks and wounds him, so very happy. 9 -1 is pretty crazy. So if he's out of leader over there, well, he does have the -1, so that helps. And it's just leaders gone are excellent. If his leaders are gone, I can just pretty much just charge him. And he's used Berserk. I don't know how I feel about the Berserk unit. I really don't like him being there. But I guess if he's pulled out, if he comes out, he's only got 1 squad on that side. Even if the squad comes this way, I can kind of bypass him if he jumps into close combat. If he's stuck in close combat with a unit, I can get out of the way. So we'll see what happens at the end of the sequence. And so yeah, there's that. So he gets DM'd and he can't. Oh, he was encircled, so he just surrenders instead of routing away. He could route away, but since he was encircled, he just surrenders to an adjacent enemy. Not a big deal. He surrenders too. And he was thinking about massacring him later on. He didn't actually. He'll probably massacre at the end of the game, but doesn't really matter. I figure if you just massacre first. And so my prep fires are all garbage. I op fire a couple guys to get rid of their CXs on top of the hill. I think I've got a unit here that'd be 4 firepower, and then the half squad would be. I think this half squad here is op fire, so that would give me 6 fire. Actually, it'd be 5 firepower, so it doesn't really matter. I think I miscounted that when I actually fired. The leader gets the ATR. The half squad advances forward, gets pinned by a shot by the berserk unit. The leader moves up top. I think his armored car in the center here takes a shot at him. It is out of line of sight. He rolled a 10, almost malfunctioned that weapon, which would have been nice. I need a little something. I need a little loving going on here. This unit here fires here. I don't think he breaks him. I gain wall advantage because he's in shell. Yeah, I think he does break him on the 4 even shot. I don't ELR luckily, so I just moved a guy over there. I moved the 437 here. Assault moved him here. He subsequent got a pin task check, cost by concealment loss. The idea of moving the concealed unit here, the berserk unit will not target this guy. He'll run right by him. And so I will let him run by, and then I will essentially, actually, I assault move here. I was going to advance there, so he was just going to run on by. And then I would play point blank on this unit here. He won't route. Actually, he doesn't stay under DM. I'm not sure why he's under DM. Nobody fired on him, I don't think. And then I could kill his leader in close combat. So that was the idea behind that. Hopefully, I mean, if this guy runs over here, you know, here to here is the same. He could choose the location, same movement factors. Once he enters AA4, he can go either way. He's probably going to go over here anyway. It's a mortar. He could be reserved to berserking later. So, but I didn't want to lose my concealment here. Of course, you know, 2 even. You know, what do you want? What do you want when the 5s come rolling? ATR moves there just to kind of make him want to move his AFV. I don't think he's going to move his AFV. He's going to fire it. Final fire. That's a shot right there. I tried to jump him and close. I actually fired that at 2+2 adjacent. All these shots. Zabek and the 2 squads, since they didn't prep fire, they just instead advance fired. Which they have assault fire capability for these particular units, so that gives me 6 firepower +1. I got a result. I think he rolled like a 10 for a morale check. I think I got a 1 morale check. So he's stunned, and so 1-man turrets, which are stunned, will be recalled. So he's just going to be driving off the map next turn. So that's 1 AF. So for all intents and purposes, the AFV was killed in V2. You know, because he had came over here and tried to overrun him 15 times. Nothing happened. So nothing really happened for the armor car to be here. He just died to turn and a half, player turn and a half later. So essentially, that's kind of what happened. The broken units up here were going to be in big trouble anyway. I was hoping that more would be alive to stay on this side to draw this unit out maybe further. And that way I just come behind him and keep him from reinforcing this side here since I have the last turn. That's kind of the idea behind that. But everything seems to go south. I was contemplating about jumping in the open here, but he can go CE. He has to go CE to get road bonus rate, and then he just fires machine gun. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I'll just not move there. ATR malfunctions. I was debating for the longest time moving one of these units here. Again, when the vehicle drives by here off the map, he could take a shot at me. At 4 even, the weight's been rolling 3s, 4s, and 5s this last turn. Have been pretty crazy. My morale checks have been okay, but my fire attacks have been absolute garbage. So yeah, so there's that point right there. So I advanced the 437 up the hill. 1, because this guy is that's the last spot that he spotted an enemy. So he'll have to move to that location. He'll have to bypass BB3. At that point, he'll see him up there. So I could either choose to fire at BB3 at 8-2, or wait till he gets up on the hill and fire 12 minus 2, then 6 minus 2. So if I fired first on the location in BB3, it'd be 8 minus 2, and when he jumps on me, it'd be a 6 minus 2. So I'll just wait for him to enter this location, and then I have better fire attacks on him there. I'll first fire, and then subsequent first fire. Hopefully I won't cower. If I cower, it doesn't really matter. You know, whatever it is, if I roll a 6, you know, I gotta get something low. So hopefully he'll lose it. Hopefully he'll I'll at least casual reduce him, and then we'll go from there. These guys might fire over here, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna waste my fire over there, because if these guys fire over here, then these guys could possibly like run across the road or some shit like that. Whatever plan he's got for there. So I think I'll just wait. I think I'll wait it out, because if he's up the hill, and he's gonna end movement there regardless. These guys can always fire on him later at 8 firepower, so I'm not really worried about that. Mortar's got other targets than the broken unit, and that's the end of the turn. What the hell turn was that? So that was pretty quick. That was the end of turn 4. So we did 1.5 player turns. So we got some stuff done. It's just a tight game, interesting game. You know, if he massacres those units, my ELR will go up by 1. That will help my green units out a lot, because the ELR is only 2. My ELR is only 2. If it goes up to ELR 3, it will be the same as the Germans. So I'll take that. I'll take a couple massacred guys. Either that, or if I break these guys, then they have a chance of jumping into close combat with these guys. So they'll be killed, but at least they have that potential. Maybe he'll gack a roll. 4 to 1 is a 9, so if he rolls a 10, then you know, it's a miss. So it's a 1 in 6 chance that he'll be tied in close combat, which is you know, it is what it is. So he's got 1 vehicle left. If I could tag that vehicle, I think I'll win by default. But 8 firepower, you know, I don't really care that he's covering the middle lane. I'm not going to be running down the road, so it's kind of a moot point. But I do have 2 turns to get there. So I'll have to make him decide to move somebody on turn 5. I'll probably move some units up on turn 5 next turn, either to draw his fire or do something like that. And then turn 6 I could do, if I come from all different angles, I think I can get somebody. I need a multi-man counter, just a multi-man counter. Yep, no good order Polish multi-man counters, MMSs, I guess. Less than 4 hexes for my bridge hex. So it's 3 hexes. 1, 2, 3. Less than 4 hexes. So I'm not sure. Less than 4, less than equal to 3. It's the same thing. So the 2, 3, 7, I probably moved him a little prematurely, but who cares? Berserk unit is going to be moving down here. Berserk unit will be here. This unit, you know, has got to make a decision. Am I going here? You know, is that going to be his play? If that's his play, I'm going to stay here until the end of the game. Actually, I'll probably move up on the hill. 1, 2, or do whatever. Actually, this is a victory location as well. So if I'm here, I could probably assault move here. And then, you know, assault move, advance phase, and I win. So he has to fire this direction as well. And at that point, you know, if these guys, he's got 2.5 squads. This guy's a crew. I'm not worried about the 2 firepower. This guy will be gone, so he's going to be out of the game. Just delete him. He's going to be out of the game. So I'm going to assume he's not going to rally, so I'm just going to delete him. I'm going to assume he's going to be out of the game. I'm going to assume the ATR is going to be out of the game. Pin's done. So one interesting facet that can occur here is that one of my half squads can grab this armored car, not armored car, but motorcycle, grab that, jump on it, and drive past here and get off over here, and therefore control the bridge. He still has to control the bridge. So if I jump in there and control the bridge and then run away, right? If I run away like that, even if I get killed, his armored car can't control the bridge. He has to take an infantry unit back there to go control it. That's a long shot, but that's an option. He'll have to fire him. It's only -1. So I'll just drive by him. I'll just drive by him and bypass whatever he has to fire at me. So don't really care about that. If he fires at me, then he's not firing at other units. So this guy's a half squad or a crew. Don't really care about that. This guy's only got firepower. I'm sure he'll do an assault move, you know, assault move right here. Don't really care. I've got some units. I just have to, you know, take -2 shots or whatever the hell the case may be. I can advance him up here, jump in close combat maybe. 1, 3, advance, and then assault move or something like that. This is just a victory hex. All these are victory hexes. I just have to advance to these locations. So there's that. Again, if this guy has to move over here, then this location becomes available. These guys can assault move up to here. And I'll be moving on this unit later on. The gut, you know, vehicle or not. I don't really care. You know, he's probably going to blast those units. If he moves German turn 5, so he's got 1 turn. German turn 5 over there. He's got 2 turns to move this thing. He's either going to move him over here. If he does that, then he can only get him back here, which means he won't be able to stop these units. So he'll have to move here to stop these units, maybe. And then I can make a push this way because he'll only have essentially 1.5 squads, which would be good. Or if he moves them over here, then I just push with these units. So that's the plan. We'll see what happens. We'll see what develops. Again, I didn't do anything to it last turn. Didn't no kill. Again, I think killed over there would have given me. I would have been here, and I could have advanced something. Or could have been a little closer. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. As long as I have enough units at this point, you could just sleaze and deploy all your units, and eventually somebody's going to get through, which is just what you're going to do at the last turn. So as long as your leaders are in hexes where they have deploying capability, then just deploy a unit to give him more movement factors. Probably your first line units, and then just charge them forward. Somebody's going to get, you know, Y2. All I have to do is get 1, 2, 3 hexes. You know, all I have to do is get within 4 hexes at the end of the movement phase, and then advance phase at the end of the turn. So I have 2 more turns to kind of swindle that. But interesting little game. So we'll see what happens. You know, Mortar might get lucky. Mortar might get lucky. Again, this guy's right here. He's got to move somewhere. So anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry the video didn't work, but you know, log files. This is why we keep log files. And luckily, I was I think I did the log file. So, but that's the general idea behind that. And yeah, so hopefully it'll go good for the good guys next turn. But I had it in the hand, and then actually it looks pretty good on the right hand side. If I could just CR that Berserk unit, I think that's a done deal over there. I think it's a done deal over there. His armored cars, he's gonna have to make a decision one side or the other, which side he wants to defend with that. He can't defend them both, so. But we'll see. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and take